Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, wa sallallahu wa sallam ala Nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'een. Amma ba'd, we continue with our daily lessons as we now come to the section that is entitled Min Ahkam Tahaarah, from the verdicts as it relates to Tahaarah or purification. Firstly, the fact that water is pure and there is nothing that impurifies it. On the authority of Abu Hurairah, may Allah be pleased with him, as he states, there was a man who asked the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam a question, and he said to him, O Messenger of Allah, we traverse upon sea, and we only have a limited amount of water with us, and if we perform wudu with it, if we perform ablution with it, then we will become thirsty. So can we perform wudu? Can we perform ablution from the water of the sea? And the Prophet ﷺ, he responded and he stated, Huwa tuhuru ma'uhu al-hillu maytatuhu, that its water is pure and its carcass is halal. Its carcass is permissible and legal. This is collected by Abu Dawood as well as At-Tirmidhi. And on the authority of Abu Sa'id al-Khudri, may Allah be pleased with him, as he states, O Messenger of Allah, shall we perform wudu? Shall we perform ablution from the wells that are utilized for our trash and waste? And this type of a well, within it, this was common at that time. They would dump into these wells the blood from one's menstrual cycle, or things that may decay or have a bad odor, and also decayed meat from dogs and things of this type of a nature. So he said, Al-ma'u tahurun la yunajjisuhu shay. Water is pure and there is nothing that impurifies it. This is collected by Abu Dawood as well as At-Tirmidhi. Asharh, the explanation, water in its asal, water in its origin is pure. It is pure in and of itself, and it purifies other than itself. Even when it is altered by something else that is also pure, that is also tahir. And by way of this, one is able to push away impurities from the self, and one can utilize water for this to push away impurities from the self, whether they are ritual impurities or they are physical impurities. One can utilize them to push impurities away from the self, so long as this water does not have najasa or an impurity that is entered into it that alters its taste, its smell, or its color. And it is at this time that the water is considered to be najis, it is considered to be impure, and it is no longer permissible to utilize it for tahara, for purification. Al-Fawaid, points of benefit from the section. Firstly, the origin of water is that it is pure. And this is the case so long as there is not an impurity, something that is najis, that has entered into it, that has altered its taste, its smell, or its color. Secondly, and lastly, the water of the sea or natural bodies of water, the origin concerning them is tahara, the origin concerning them is purity, and it is permissible for one to purify oneself from said waters. Hada wallahu a'lam wa sallallahu ala Muhammad, and we will see you next time for our daily lessons. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.